Guys, we're getting into that gift giving season, and I've been asked a lot about lists. You know, different sites ask me to give them lists of things and top this and top that, so I thought I'd do it for my site. I made a little list here. I'm traveling, actually. I made a little list here to go over because I'm not in my studio. I don't have the stuff to show you, but this is all stuff that either I have or I use, or you know, a similar version of it. Number one, Photovision digital target. That's the, you know, it's got the white, the black, gray. You see me use it all the time. It's great for white balance. It's great for exposure. And the back is a little reflector. I usually use the, I think it's 14-inch one. It's big enough if you just want to throw a little bit of light into something. So I always keep it in my bag. I actually have them, for some reason I keep them in my tripod cases. I'm not quite sure how I started doing that, but every one of my tripod cases I have one jammed in there. So I always have those around. Super useful, not that expensive. So if there's a photographer that you want to buy something for on your list, as it would be, you really can't go wrong with that, because even if they already had something similar, it's always great to have. Also, for the more industrious photographer on your list that might want to build their own, you could order this Build Your Own Brooklyn Reflector Kit. I'll put a link there. You can make your own Brooklyn reflectors wherever you are. I guess they probably wouldn't be Brooklyn reflectors if you don't make them in Brooklyn, but they're in the style of Brooklyn reflector. You can get both the standard one and the negative fill one. So it might seem like a silly gift to get somebody, but hey, if you're a photographer, you use tons of foam core boards, hey, you know what? It can't hurt. And also they can, you know, make signs out of them, whatever, so that's really cool. Another thing that I use all the time that you can never have enough of is the equipment wraps. I use the Domke ones mostly. They're made by other people, like Tenba and stuff. These are fantastic because you can just wrap stuff in it. Like I wrap my Mevo that I'm using now in it, and that's how I carried it here. I wrap cameras in it, I wrap lenses in it. It's good if you're gonna like travel and you don't want to take a camera bag, you want to just throw something in your bag. I know many photographers that take camera bags and just gut the whole thing and just put all their equipment in wraps. So Domke wraps, I'll put a link to one of them, but there's all different sizes and colors and stuff. So what I used to do was have them designated by, because I used to actually wrap my strobe equipment in it. Now the pro photo stuff's too big, it won't fit, but I used to wrap like my small strobe equipment in like yellow, and then I would have like lenses in red and camera bodies in black. So you can do it that way too. It's really super useful. So also, I was just talking about this the other day, so I figured I'd throw it in there. We're always powering stuff by USB or charging stuff. And I actually had bought, I bought all different ones. I got the Apple ones, I got all different, you know, the cheap ones you buy at gas stations. I bought expensive ones, but actually, and this one is actually not that expensive. Tether Tools makes one. It puts out the 2.4 amps, I guess that's how that works. 2.4 amps, so it's great for charging stuff that needs a little bit more of a boost. It has 2 spots in it, and the little tongs that plug into the wall, at least in the US version, fold down, so it's like a little square to carry around. This has become my go-to. I use it, it's called rock solid. So if you're looking to buy any power things, everybody needs USB power stuff. So that's a good one to buy. I had bought a few things that wouldn't charge off the lower powered, like the ones that you get with iPhones. So I needed this, and I picked it up, and yeah, now I'm just buying all of those whenever I buy them, and they're like $10. So awesome. Okay, so it used to be I had this large like stereo system in my studio, you know, and over the years it's kind of shrunk down. Now I have this little like Bose, little USB Bluetooth speaker. It's fantastic. You know, you can get these from all different brands, but I like the Bose one. It comes in black and silver. Black for the more professional. There's a cat approaching me. We'll see what happens with that. You know, you got your phone with you anyways. You throw some music on, you can have music anywhere. Hey there. Oh, sniffing me. Oh, you guys can't see, but there's a cat there. What are you doing? Huh? Just hanging out? Okay, there you go. All right. Anyways. Yeah, little speaker. Music is always good to have. Anybody wants music, right? So if they don't have something like that, that's a good gift. This one's not that inexpensive. I think you're getting up in price now. You're looking at 200, so make sure you really like the person, or if you're buying it for yourself, right? Another thing, I think that's probably the most expensive thing on the list. Another thing that that you may have seen a lot lately, I haven't really used it much, but Seth uses it all the time, is that atmosphere fog spray. We got turned on to it by Gavin Hoey. He had used it in a demo and couldn't fly back with it, so he gave us some cans of it, and now we're like addicted to it. It's like fog in a can. It's super cheap. You run around. You can use it anywhere. You know, you don't have to worry about plugging in. I mean, I would say that if you use enough fog and smoke, you should probably buy an actual machine, but man, these cans are great. So while I don't use it that often, I think it's a cool, like, kind of gimmicky thing to keep in your bag that's really cool to have around. So if you know a photographer or you want to just pick up something kind of interesting inexpensively, it's called Atmosphere. And again, I'll put a link. Okay, it's getting windy out here now. Something that everybody needs too. Okay, so I know some people aren't going to like when I say this, but I'm pretty adamantly opposed to using lens cloths. And the reason why I say that is because people take these lens cloths that are like expensive and microfiber, blah, 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 and they shove it in their camera bag and they pull it out and they wipe their lens off and they shove it back in their bag. Man, you don't know what's getting on that thing when you're not dealing with it. Like, to me, I was always a lens tissue person, and then either breathing on the lens or like a little bit of spray. But I discovered these Zeiss Wipes a while back. Each one comes individually. It's like those, like when you go buy, if you ever have like ribs somewhere and then after you gotta like wipe your fingers off with it. They come in little packages like that. They're made by Zeiss. They're really good. Get those things, throw a few in your bag. If you're going to clean your lenses that way, I recommend the Zeiss Wipes. Those are the ones to go with. And again, I'll put a link. Something else that I've done in another video, which I'll see if I can put a link to the video in here too, is you know, Leatherman or other kind of knives and tools and stuff. Those are also useful. And if you watch the other video, you'll see I keep a ton of them. So even if the person you're buying it for already has one, you know, you can get another one. They keep it in different bags. Like I said, I keep them in all my bags partially because I'm too lazy to move stuff around. So I like all my bags to be pre-packed with everything, even though in the end it costs more because I have multiples of things. But I find like that's a good solution there. And finally, or second to finally, this is something I've only used once now. And actually the video that I use it in is not actually out yet. So, but Seth has used it a bunch of times. It's the new reflector from Lastolite. So pop-up reflectors, foldable ones are so cool. But I'll tell you right now, I've had the cheapest ones all the way up to the really expensive, good ones. And the problem is I never carry them because they're too big. Like, unless I know I'm going to use it, I never grab that circle and carry it around. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't really fit in my bag correctly. Actually, when I used to do a lot of model portfolio stuff, like we'd go to Central Park all the time and shoot, I actually literally bought a backpack that was the right size. Oh, the cat's still looking at me. That I could actually fit it in the backpack, and then I stuffed my cameras inside the bag in those Domke wraps, rather than using a camera bag, because I could not find a camera bag for the life of me that would hold one of those reflectors, the big ones. This Lastolite one that folds down, like it comes together like you'll see if you look at the videos. It kind of clips together really quickly. When it folds down, it's in like a little bag. That's something I'd actually keep in my bag. So for me, if you're looking to buy something for me, I'm definitely going to pick one up. They're like 80 bucks, which is not the most expensive pop-up reflectors I've ever bought. Certainly far from the cheapest, but I think that the fact that I'll have it with me all the time, and the fact that it's Lastolite, so I know it's a good brand, I'm going to be good. You know, the sun's dropping, but actually the Mevo is doing a pretty good job keeping track. And finally, this is the most important gift. Everybody in the world should have this gift. This is the best thing right now. Get ready to buy it. For the discerning photographer, I have one myself. You could pick up a beautiful t-shirt with yours truly on it. If you want Daniel's face on a shirt, these are available. I'll put the link in the description. You can get it from Amazon. Yeah, if you want to buy a shirt, who doesn't want one of these? I think, you know, I got all the different sizes. You can get them for your whole family. But on a serious note, if you do buy one of these shirts because you're crazy, definitely take a picture of yourself in it, and I will share it if you put it on Instagram, whatever. And I'm actually making some other fun ones too. So hopefully this is good for you guys. Hopefully this helps and answers the what would you buy or the top 10 gift things for people. They can just refer them back to here if you want. Again, I'm going to put links in the description. It's getting dark, but I'm going to put this video on my computer and try to put all the links together and everything for you guys. So hopefully when you're watching this, it's going to be Black Friday, and hopefully you had a great holiday if you celebrate, and a great day if you didn't. And I'm going to avoid all the crazy shops on Black Friday, to be honest. I don't do that kind of stuff. But if you haven't already, please subscribe. Oop, this is blown away. And I'll see you next time.